Have you ever wondered how you can manage your finances with less stress? Ever wondered if there was a quick and easy way to never again pay late fees, never again pay credit card interest, or never again worry about hurting your credit score? Well, today, we're unlocking the secret of financial automation. Stick with me, and let's dive into how this simple yet powerful tool can change your finances for the better forever. Welcome back, everyone. Today, I want to teach you one of the simple tools that money-savvy people use every day, but rarely talk about. Honestly, not because it's some kind of like big secret. It's just so boring and basic that we don't typically think to bring it up in conversation. So first things first, what is financial automation? Well, it's an easy way to manage your money using technology to handle repetitive tasks like bill payments, savings, and even investing. Think of it as a smart assistant for your finances, working 24/7 to keep everything on track. So why do millions of financially savvy people turn to automation to manage their finances? Let's explore how it not only makes managing money easier, but also more secure and stress-free. First, let's address the biggest win with financial automation. I'm talking about on-time bill payments. Well, it's super easy to set up and ensure that every bill is paid exactly when it's due. If you've never done this before, it might be a bit scary, but it's a pretty straightforward process for most websites. For demonstration purposes, let me show you what it looks like to set this up on one of my old credit cards from Discover. So I've logged in here to my Discover account. It's going to be a little bit different on every website and every credit card, but what I'm going to do is go up here to the payments button, and then I'm going to go down to automatic payments. What I've got here is a message telling me you're not currently enrolled. So let's go ahead and get started and set that up. We have four options here: full statement balance, minimum payment due plus fixed amount, and other amount. Which one should we choose? What a great question. Let's come back to that demo in just a minute, because this is a great segue to the second biggest win with financial automation. What would it be like to never pay credit card interest ever again? Credit cards can be a slippery slope for a lot of people because everyone wants to use them for points. But if you're paying interest on the card, you're wasting your time. But not with automation. If you select the minimum payment balance option here, you'll never pay late fees ever again because your bills will always be paid on time from now on. But you will be paying interest, and we don't want that. The option you really want here is full statement balance, because you want your credit card's full statement balance to be paid off automatically each month. This means that you will never pay interest ever again. This approach not only saves you money, but also instills disciplined spending habits. Because if you're spending more than you make or spending more than you've budgeted, you're eventually going to run into problems in your checking account. So let's go ahead and continue here by selecting full statement balance. And then I need to select which bank account we're going to pay from. Now, I have already linked up my checking account here, so if you haven't, you'll need to go and add that new account, but I'm going to select mine. And next, it's telling us our payment withdrawal date is the 1st of every month. So my next payment withdrawal date is going to be February 1st of 2024, and I'm okay with that. Now we'll go ahead and click continue. Verify all the information here is correct and that we're okay with everything, which I am. So I'll go ahead and click confirm. And it was literally that easy. Now, before we leave this example, I do want to mention that some credit card companies have a full balance option for payoff, and we need to talk about that. If you decide to go this route, you will never again pay fees. You will never again pay interest. And you will also be impacting your credit score in the most positive way. By paying your full balance, you're keeping your overall credit balance the lowest possible throughout the month. So in turn, your credit utilization will go down and your credit score will go up a bit. But to be completely honest, I don't necessarily recommend this option. If you want to use this option, you have to understand that it will pay off whatever the current balance of the card is at the time of payment. If you're pretty consistent with your spending, as you should be, this may mean that you'll need 1.5 times or 2 times your normal monthly spending to cover the balance, especially at first. And besides that, unless you're in the process of getting approved for financing a new house, there's basically no reason to worry about your credit score anyway. There's plenty of ways to game that system when the time comes. Now to the heart of financial automation and the biggest win out there, the set it and forget it approach. This is where you see a dramatic reduction in stress related to finances. What we just did is that we set up an automatic payment for one of my credit cards. This means that from now on, that card is guaranteed to be paid every month no matter what. I don't ever have to worry about it ever again. I've said it, now I can forget about it. By automating your finances, you're freeing up mental space and time. Do this with all of your bill payments. Better yet, do this with your savings and your investments so that you can focus on what truly matters in your life. Speaking of investments, did you know that you can automate your investing? There's a lot of popular platforms out there that support automatic investing methods where all you have to do is deposit some money, usually automatically every month, and the platform will automatically invest in a portfolio of your choosing. In fact, if you've got a 401k with your company, this is exactly how it works. So you're already doing it. But at this point, I think it's important to go back and talk about an important prerequisite that we skipped over earlier. Let's say that you've set up automatic payments for your utilities, your mortgage, your credit cards, your savings, and your investing. Well, where is all this money coming from? So there's a basic question we need to figure out. Is financial automation right for you? Well, when I'm coaching people in financial automation, we typically try to assess the following questions to determine if they're ready or not. So if you say no to any of the following 3 questions, you might not be a good candidate for financial automation. Number 1, do you have a predictable monthly income? Even if the number isn't exactly the same every month, can you roughly tell me how much money you make every month? If you don't, automation might not be right for you. Number 2, do you have a clear understanding of your monthly expenses? Are your expenses fairly predictable? If not, this may not be right for you. Number 3, do you have an emergency fund saved up? This is a big one because in order to automate your finances safely and without stress, we need to make sure that we have a nice cash buffer at all times. I'll pause here and say this though. If you don't have an emergency fund saved up, you have an emergency right now. I mean that seriously. If you don't have an emergency fund, stop watching this video and go solve that problem right now, because you are in big trouble. If you answered no to any of these questions, I wouldn't necessarily recommend financial automation because you probably aren't ready for it. I'm sorry. Instead, check out this video and learn about some of the basics of personal finance so that you can take advantage of automation when you are more financially ready.